Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chapter 6 in Promotion Strategy. This chapter is on segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So if you've taken marketing principles, and I expect you have because it's a prerequisite for this course, you should already be somewhat familiar with this. But we're going to go through it again just to make sure that you know what's going on. Okay, so you should know that segmentation, targeting, positioning is kind of a three-step process that allows us to understand our market, figure out who's most likely to buy our product, target the people that are most likely, thus allowing us to be the most efficient, and create in consumers' minds some sort of image or position that allows us to basically set ourselves apart from the competition. Okay, so it allows us to be efficient, allows us to be effective. There's the definition of segmentation. Again, it's just the process of breaking a population into groups based on some potentially identifying variable. Okay, I mentioned a minute ago it's a three-step process. You start with segmentation. Once you segment a market, then you choose which of those segments that you want to try to apply the marketing mix to, and that would be the step of targeting. And that leads you into the position I just mentioned, creating an image, a differentiable image for your products and your brands. Okay, segmentation, again, here's just some more information about it. Definitely read through it. I do want to call your attention to the bottom two bullet points. Those are the most important. It allows you to focus on those most likely to purchase. Allows you to, kind of on the flip side, it allows you to identify those that aren't going to buy your product that you don't have to really even ever worry about. Okay, so a good example would be income. If you sell $10 million homes and above, there's a large segment of the population that can't afford those, and so there's no point in even trying to promote products to those people. So you can kind of rule them out, and identifying those people that you rule out comes through this first of the process is segmentation. And in the last bullet point there, it allows you to estimate your potential market size. Once you understand how big your target segments are, and that gives you an idea of what your potential market size would be. Okay, you can segment based on a lot of different things, a lot of different bases: geographic, demographics, psychographics, behavioral is another one. Benefit sought is another one. We could actually make those 2 bullet points. And then usage or occasion, which I don't have up here, that also is another way you can segment a market. Okay. Here's some pictures of products that are targeted to particular segments based on preferences, and this is based on geography. So you've got the McLobster that's sold in the Northeast. You wouldn't sell that here because people would think it was weird, but it's very popular there. If you've ever been to the Northeast and had a lobster roll, you know how good they are. And those of you that haven't been up there, if you ever get there, I highly recommend them. You got the McArabia. It's a Middle Eastern styled sandwich sold at McDonald's over there. And again, it's completely based on the preferences of that particular region. And the last one is a ham and cheese sandwich that is sold in France. Okay, so you wouldn't know where to sell these particular products if you hadn't first done geographic segmentation and some targeting based on that. Okay, demographic segmentation here, there's a bunch of different types. Gender and age, income are kind of the big ones. Religion certainly is a big one as well. Ethnicity also is a considerable one. Okay, the result of demographic segmentation, we could look at these 3 television channels. BET, Univision, MTV all have very distinct target markets. So clearly, segmentation allowed these companies to identify who they were. Psychographics, this is just lifestyle and attitudes, basically. Okay, what you do, what you like to do, how you feel about things can impact how you are. The purchases you make and the reason you make purchases. Okay, so as an example of Porsche, know that people. Let me back up. Porsche went out and segmented the market based on these psychographics, basically people's values in terms of cars, their lifestyles in terms of cars, and they found that 27% like cars, power, control. They want to be flamboyant. 24% of the elitists. These people come from old money. A car is just a car. Proud patrons feel that a car is a reward for hard work, and so on and so on. So in promotions, if you were going to target each of these segments, you clearly would have different advertising, different promotional elements for each one. You wouldn't promote a car as being powerful or exciting for the elitists, for example. That's just not why they drive cars. So you need to understand that. Behavioral segmentation. This is just basically how much people actually use a product or how much they know about a product, okay? Some variables are how often they use it, kind of are they loyal or not, are they ready to buy the product or not. There's all kinds of different ways we can look at that. A good example is beer. Regardless of whether you like beer or not, it's a good example in this situation. Basically, the question is, do people drink beer? And more importantly, how much if they do, okay? So how much they use it, how often they use it, are they using the competitor's beer? Might they potentially use our beer or drink our beer? So those are some things that you can understand through market segmentation. Clearly, you would then target those that are probably most likely to buy your beer and ones that are going to buy it, ideally, quite frequently, okay? So the two major categories that come out of behavioral segmentation are user usage rates. Again, this would be once a week versus once a month versus every day. And then user status is just user versus non-user. Benefits sought. This is just why people use or don't use a product, okay? So you understand the problems that they solve, the benefits that they offer. So for beer, why do people drink beer? Quench the thirst would be one. Taste would be another. Third would be because my parents did. Fourth would be, and I'm talking to guys here, maybe it allows you to meet girls, so it's called liquid courage for a reason, so there's some social aspects for drinking beer. Some people drink beer to get drunk. There's lots of different reasons. And so if you understand, I guess I'll go home now. Okay. Let's go home. Holy shit.